Good morning, boys and girls. Today we're going to learn about liters and milliliters. So let's take a look here at the top of the page. So liters is spelled this way, milliliters is spelled that way. And you can see here it says the prefix milli, which is at the beginning of milliliters, means 1,000th. And so you can see here the 1,000 milliliters equals 1 liter. Okay, so it makes sense that milli means 1,000th. And the abbreviation for milliliter is a lowercase m and a capital L, and the abbreviation for liters is a capital L. Okay, and I have a few items here that I'm going to show you are measured in milliliters or liters. Okay, and so since milliliters means 1,000th, that means that it's a smaller portion, and we use milliliters and liters to measure things that are liquid, okay, because you can't use the things we've learned about so far as like kilometers and centimeters and meters. Those are for distance or length, and we're looking at measuring liquids today, so we're using liters and milliliters for that, to measure the capacity that something can hold. Okay, so here is a syringe, and you can see at the bottom it says it's measured in milliliters. So the distance between each of the numbers from number 1 to number 2 is 1 milliliter. And so this syringe could be filled up to 12 milliliters. And so you can see that it's not very much. The space that it fills, or the capacity that it fills, is not very much for 1 milliliter. So you would need 1,000 of these to equal 1 liter. Okay, and I'm going to show you what a liter looks like. So here I have a measuring cup that my mom uses for cooking, and that I use for cooking as well. And you can see that it says it's half of a liter here, which is the same as 500 milliliters, which that makes sense because we already said that 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters. So it makes sense that half a liter would equal half, which is 500 milliliters. So imagine if you had 2 of these glass cups, measuring cups, and you were trying to fill it up using the milliliter syringe. You would need 1,000 of these milliliters to fill up 2 of these cups. So if we were looking at just this cup, you would need 500 of these milliliters to fill up the cup. Not 500 syringes, but 500 of the milliliters, which is each little space here. Okay? Also, I have a regular water bottle here, and it says that this is 500 milliliters. Okay, so if I were going to use this to fill up my big cup, this cup is about 1 liter, and you can see that it's much rounder. It has more space, more capacity than this small water bottle. So about 2 of these water bottles could fit inside this big water bottle, okay? Because 500 plus 500 is 1,000, and this is 1 liter. So 1 liter is the same as 500 milliliters, okay? All right, so let's get out page 271 of your math book, and you can follow along as we do the questions together. All right. Number 1 says, think of the real object and mark the better measurement unit. So a spoonful. So a spoonful, would you be filling a spoonful with something with smaller measurements or with a big measurement? And that's pretty obvious. You'd use milliliters. So I'm going to fill in the circle next to milliliters. Okay. Number 2 says an office water jug. So those big water jugs that you find in an office that you can fill a water cup with. And so out of those two things, I'm going to use the liter because the water jugs are pretty big. So I'm going to fill in the circle next to liter. Number 3, a regular cup. Here's a clue right here. This is bigger than most cups, and so they used milliliters on this side, and this is only half a liter. So if it's not even a whole liter yet, then it would be better to measure a cup in milliliters. Okay. Number 4, 5, and 6, it says think of the real object, mark the better estimate. So a cooking pot, something that you might boil water in, would you fill it up with milliliters or liters? It would be better to fill it up with 2 liters of water. Cough syrup. Okay, when you take cough syrup, you usually take it in a spoon, and we already said a spoon would be measured in milliliters, so the cough syrup is much smaller than a liter cup like this, so it would be measured in about 7 milliliters because it's a smaller liquid, amount of liquid. Number 6, what about a kiddie swimming pool? Okay, so imagine a little blow-up swimming pool that a toddler could use. Would you want to fill that up using milliliters, which would take a very long time, or fill it up with liters? Okay, so it would be 175 liters that would fill that swimming pool, not milliliters. Number 7, complete the sentence to answer the question. Haley made 2 liters of punch for a party. How many milliliters of punch did Haley make? So here we have another table, and it says liters. We have 1 liter that equals 1,000 milliliters. Or you could say 1 times 1,000 is 1,000. So 2 times 1,000 would be 2,000. So 2 liters is the same as 2,000 milliliters. And this isn't on your workbook page, but let's keep going. If I keep going, 3 liters, would be 3 3 milliliters. I think I said that wrong again. 3 liters would be 3,000 milliliters. 4 liters would be 4,000 milliliters. 5 liters would be 5,000 milliliters, and so on. So it says in the story problem, Haley made 2 liters of punch for a party. How much is that in milliliters? So 2 liters is the same as 2,000 milliliters of punch. Okay? So that is liters and milliliters used to measure liquids, and the capacity, or how much could fill up one of these things that hold liquids, like a measuring cup, a water bottle, a syringe, or a regular water bottle. Okay? I hope you guys have a good day, and please look for the IXL lessons that go along with this. And you can do page 272 for extra practice.